Hello guys and welcome to episode 11. So as you can see here, I'm just crafting up the portal gun, which is a bloody brilliant piece of equipment. So first thing, as you can see, the chest room has doubled in length thanks to Danny. Nice pattern on the floor now, and a few various barrels are up. More chests are around with various bits of crap in them. Done some mining and so on. So the whole point of that is to get ready for something which we're going to do later on. But before that, we're going to do some thermal expansion. So just before I go and get ready to do that, I'm going to demonstrate the portal gun. So left click fires the blue portal. Right click fires the orange portal. Walk through it, and as you can see, whoa. Yeah. Well, that's what happens if you get stuck in them. So I just cleared them by pressing R there. Next thing to note, pressing G grabs the block. Pressing G again places it. Not every block works.
It also works on animals, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, you can grab animals as well. You can grab other players, but I don't think that's turned on in the config. I'm not sure.
No, we don't have it turned on.
Right.
And it's really buggy.
Yeah, exactly. Can't pick up chests, but you can pick up glowstone.
On single player, you can shoot a portal at the moon.
Oh, yep. But you can do that on a server, but we're not gonna do. But basically, if you shoot a portal at the moon and then you shoot another portal somewhere else, it will begin to suck things through the portal. Basically. So, oh, and one other change which Danny has made, which I think is brilliant, is over here you can see we've got farming turtles instead.
Yeah, the golems were really nice, but I found that they were causing a lot of lag.
Yeah, it was causing problems.
To keep up with it, we had to have like 5 of them running around, and just awkward.
So instead, now you come over to this big computer here, and I believe it's harvest.
Yeah, and then it lists all the ones that you can like send a message to.
And obviously all will send a message to them all. So then I'll run back out here and show you.
Hopefully they're all going.
Yep, as you can see, they've set off and they're just harvesting. So that's pretty much all there is to that. As you can see, there's various chests.
Yeah, the ones on the right are for when they start sowing. If they take something out of the chest that they can't plant, they'll turn and put it in this chest here. That's why there's like loads of wheat in here.
Yeah, whereas with the carrots nothing happens because
It cannot. Yeah.
I'm assuming it also empties itself out again afterwards into that.
Yeah. It also in the program there's like some set values for the length and width, and it'll work out and take out of the chest the exact amount of seeds it needs.
Oh, that's brilliant, that.
Yeah.
So, obviously, Danny coded that. I vaguely understand it, and I'm getting shot by a wisp. I think I probably could gain some understanding of it if I so decided.
Ow.
Was that me that hurt you there?
I'm not sure. That's a horrible wisp.
Right,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to run inside and hide from the wisp. But,
What were you saying?
yeah, it was Danny that did that. I probably understand the code, but I haven't really looked at it. But comment or tweet us or put a post on our Facebook page, anything you want. Just, giving us a heads up that you would like to know how that works and would like a little tutorial, and I'm sure we can do such a
Yeah,
thing.
I'd be more than happy.
So, the offer is there, guys. It's up to you whether you take it up or not. So, we're going to pause the video and get ready to do a bit of thermal expansion next. So, see you in a short while. Alright guys, so while we were looking into getting ready to do thermal expansion, we came across a problem, which is that we have a lot of creosote oil. And I mean a lot. So I'm going to hand you over to Danny, who's going to show you that and show you the solution which he's come up with. So Danny will do that part, and then we will be back onto thermal expansion. See you in a short while.
Alright guys, so we have a bit of a problem with creosote oil at the moment, and to solve this I'm going to build an iron tank, which isn't a block in NEI, it's a multi-block structure that just acts as storage for liquids. I've already got all of the iron tank wall that I need. It's just 4 iron plates like this, and you get 4 iron tank walls. I'm not going to craft that because then I won't have enough to make the other recipes. If I just place this like so, okay, I didn't do that right. There we go. I've got 12 and I worked out that I only need 11, so that should be enough of the glass part. I also need to make a valve to put the oil in at. Oh, it's like this, isn't it? There we go. I don't actually need 4, but it'll do. So basically I've built this room, if the ladders will let me down, and I'm going to build it in here, and I'm thinking somewhere underneath the creosote ovens, so, well, they're not called that, but that's what I'm going to call it. We want to start off by building a 3x3 base, and these can be built in a variety of different sizes. I'm going to build mine not that high, a little higher yet. I'm hoping that it'll accept this size, because they're a little picky. All of the bits that aren't either like a corner support or a ceiling or floor need to be this iron tank gauge. And I'm going to put the valve just there, so there we go, and it turned into a multi-block structure. You can see that all of the glass is joined up, and if I right click on it I get a nice GUI that tells me how much it's holding and how much it can hold. Here's where you can place liquid in it using a bucket. Now to get the liquid down to here, I think I'll just take it out of the underneath. Might be the easiest way to do it. I believe to do this I'm going to need a redstone engine, and I haven't made the pipe yet. That was silly. Here's my glass. Oh dear. Okay, that was too much pipe, but it doesn't matter. We'll need it in the future, I'm sure. Cactus into cactus green. I'm sure you've seen this before. And there we go. Hopefully 15 is enough. If not, I have some more cactus. Wow, that broke a lot. Oh dear. Alright, we put one there, one there. Those are wooden waterproof pipes, and then I'm going to put these resin engines next to them. One here and one here. Hopefully they'll be covered up. If I run the pipe from there to there and then down the hole, that should be fine. And I'm just going to make a couple of levers to get those powered. One lever there, might relocate it in the future, but for now it'll be okay. And that one will get hidden by the wood anyway. Yeah, that's okay. That's cool. Now if I head back down here, hopefully the pipe will reach. Yep. And that should nicely place the creosote oil in this tank. Awesome. Just wanted to show you this, guys, so you didn't miss out on what we've done. I'll now pass you back over to Callum.
Alright guys, so we've got everything ready that we need to. So the first thing I'm going to make is this redstone reception coil. Now that is a very integral part along with the machine frame which you've seen before. And pretty much there are a varying number of recipes. Firstly, the powered furnace, which is redstone, bricks, copper, and the machine frame and the coil. Then there's also the pulverizer, which is the same but with flint and a piston instead. There is the magma crucible, the induction smelter, and the liquid transposer. All built as followed and all available by simply going on creative tabs, scrolling down and double clicking thermal expansion. So they are the 5 machines. Now basic plan is starting in this corner. Whoa, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
What did you do with your buildcraft wrench?
It's in the buildcraft chest.
Alright. Really
So
useful with those, aren't they?
Yeah, very useful.
Where are you going?
So as you can see, there's the various machines set up here. Now there's the pulverizer. So as you can see, blue is its output, its input. Sorry. Red is its output, and yellow is its secondary output. So I'm going to configure red to output to the right. I'm going to disable that input. I'm going to disable that input. So yellow will come out the top, and red will go out the side. So I'll have to put a chest on there. So then the powered furnace will take stuff in from the left. It'll also output on top and do nothing else. So that's all configured correctly. Now the induction smelter, for now, I don't really want it to take any inputs from anywhere. So I'm just going to disable all the inputs, but I do want both outputs to be on the top. The magma crucible, the input can come from, well, you don't really need an input, but the output does want to be the right, and then the liquid transposer does want to take an input from the right, and doesn't really want any outputs on it right now. So that is the machines configured, and I'll go through what they do when we've got some power to them. So we shall be back in a short while. Alright guys, so as you can see, Danny's just run some regular old power out there. So I'm just going to jump up and hopefully flick the engines on and let some of this steam, which as you can see is now barely using blaze rods at all, to the point where we needed a second chest in fact. So that should hopefully power everything up, and we'll just leave it a short while because each of these has quite a high internal storage. But basically, the principle of it is pulverizer is effectively a macerator, but it has a chance to generate additional outputs, like I believe slag's one of them, isn't it, Danny?
Yeah.
And
I'm not sure whether that's the... That's not that... Yeah, it's slag, yeah.
Right, so, and that will be chucked into the top chest. Now the actual dusts it generates will be thrown out of the right and into the powered furnace, which will cook them up and put them in the chest above. Now this induction smelter needs sand to cook up, except for a few specific recipes, which is why we built it basically, because overall the regular old powered furnace is better. The magma crucible melts various items down, and the liquid transposer takes the liquid that's stored in it and puts it in the item you place. So,
Or in turn it can take it out again.
yeah, you can equally take stuff out of it by clicking that bucket there. But for now, we want it in, and what this magma crucible is doing is throwing it out of the right and into the liquid transposer. So I'm going to go grab some redstone. Now, I'm going to grab a whole stack of it, and as you can see it's in a barrel, and we've rearranged the barrels a bit because it was doing my head in. They were rather irritating, the way they were set out, so... And also, Danny, in answer to your question about the table, we can either put it against this wall and move the rolling machine over here, or we'll have to build another room. Don't really matter.
Yeah.
I'd put it against the wall personally, but anyway, yeah. Magma
Yeah,
crucible.
well,
Put redstone in, and as you can see, it cooks through it, and it's melting down the redstone. And you can't see much here, but it is doing it. Just take my word on it. It's melting redstone into, I don't even know what it's actually called, liquid redstone, I believe. I would assume.
Yep.
But that's for later on. So the pulverizer, put some copper ore in, and you'll see it gets pulverized. And it instantly chucks it into the powered furnace, and then that gets chucked out. Now, that is how we currently have things set up. And as you can see, there you go, copper, just like that. But that isn't really how we want this setup to work at the moment. So, I'm just going to change a few settings around. I'm going to disable that setting completely and put orange on. So that means both outputs are going to go into the chest above. And that's because we need to pulverize both some silver and some lead ore to get the pulverized silver and pulverized lead. And there are some other things we need to pulverize, aren't there, Danny?
yeah, a bit of obsidian and gold.
Right.
Or we can use gold dust.
So we'll pause the video while this happens because it's not particularly fun. So back in a short while. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have got pulverized gold, pulverized silver, and that is making the electrum blend. So I'm just going to take all that. Annoyingly, I can't shift click it out of the crafting table when it's an auto crafting table. So, and I believe we just have to smelt that up in the powered furnace, don't we?
The electrum blend, yeah.
Yeah. The reason we built the induction smelter is you used to have to smelt them up in that, but evidently no more.
Oh well, we will need this to make the hardened glass anyway.
Oh right, well do you want to do that now then? I've got it up so you can just pop them in. I didn't know that part. I knew there was a reason we had to build one because I recall from last time we did this. So as you can see, we've got pulverized lead, pulverized obsidian. And obviously nothing's actually appearing there, but that's because it's getting kidnapped. And this makes 2 per. I don't know if you knew that, Danny. So, I'm going to take 4 of them. I'm going to take 4 of them. And I'm going to make this energy cell frame empty. I'm going to put it in the liquid transposer. And as you can see, it's slowly but surely filling it up. So, when that's full, we will get the thing we are looking for, which, well, part of the thing we're looking for, which is this energy cell frame full. Now, I'm going to pause the video here, because we need to get everything else ready to make the final part, and I don't think you want to sit watching us smelt things and so on. So,
Oh, we have all the electrum blend now.
right, so, as you can hear, we've got the electrum blend we need for the next part, but firstly, as you can see, similar to the other one, but an electrum ingot, gets you the redstone conductance coil, which when put with the energy cell frame full, 3 electrum on the top and 2 lead, we get the redstone energy cell. And I will show you the purpose of that very shortly.
I think you'd just be able to plonk it here.
I don't think it'll work like that.
It will.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Right. So if I bust this, go into Danny, and place it, you will see it start to get charged up.
Don't know. It'll probably still output. It's just that all these are full.
Well, are any of them doing anything?
No. I didn't actually mean to put it there, but
Well, no, they're not outputting.
like that and just plonk it there.
Oh, right.
It'll fill up, but it'll still send power down there.
Alright, so as you can see, it is filling up with buildcraft energy. So for now I'm going to zero the output, purely because it's not outputting anywhere, so why not? So the max input's at 100, which is the max input it can take. And as you can see, it's filling up very slowly. So while that's happening, Danny, I'm hoping, is going to show us how to craft the next part. Or shall I do it?
What part would that be? The conduits?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Conduits, you mean?
Yeah.
Got the glass between those.
I ain't got the glass.
I wouldn't take all of those because that's a bajillion.
Well, I've got to take them one at a time anyway, so I'll just take a full stack. Now, again, put them in the liquid transposer. And that will get the redstone energy conduit. And as you can see, it takes 50 redstone per, which is 2 redstone dust per. So you're looking at 2 stacks of redstone dust worth to make these, but they're very useful. So if we ain't got enough in there, we'll fill it up between bits, because we don't need to.
I think we should come back once we've placed them.
Yeah, we'll have to show the orientating part, but
Yeah, we'll
we can place them. Right, so yeah, we shall be back once they are. Alright, so as you can see, we've put the energy conduits in. So I'm just gonna flip the engines back on. So they're running to all the machines. We've moved the rolling machine ready for the next part. So as you can see, there's some slight sort of arrow things on them. So Danny will just quickly explain what that is.
Yeah. Basically, you need a buildcraft wrench, the gear and iron one, and if you right click on them, it changes what they do. Like at the minute, it'd be trying to put the energy inside the engine, but you don't want it to do that. You want it to take the energy out of the engine. So right click it with the wrench, and it will take the energy out. The same goes for like machines and the power core. So underneath the power core, got it flicked onto the orange mode, so it's taking it out of the power core as well.
And then
all
on
the
machines, it's blue.
On the machines, it's on the blue one, so that it'll put energy into them.
So everything's nicely powered, and this nice buildcraft battery is charging itself up.
Yep.
Which is pretty damn awesome. So
and they aren't as fragile. I really like that part about them compared to the buildcraft ones, which are just like one punch broke.
Yeah.
These things, they either take ages or you have to shift right click them with a buildcraft wrench.
Yeah. So
and also, another thing we could mention is that when you shift right click the power core, it keeps all of the settings and the amount of energy. It remembers that when you pick it up.
That is really brilliant. So that pretty much means you can use them as buildcraft batteries, because you can just snap them down somewhere, fill them up to all 600,000, then just wrench them up, wander off to where you want them, plonk them down, and boof, done.
Yep.
Also, as you can see, we moved the chest here, just, you know, to make it look a bit neater.
It'd be so awesome if we could rotate that one.
Yeah.
I don't know how we'd do that without breaking it, but I'm not doing that.
No, I can't think of a good way either. Oh well, we'll think about that some other time. So, the next thing we need to kind of look into doing is finding some more uses for the buildcraft power. So, we will be back.
Alright
guys, so as you can see here, Danny has popped in the recipe for an assembly table. Now, I don't believe you've seen diamond gears before, but it's a golden gear surrounded by diamonds, which is obviously an iron gear surrounded by gold, and that's a stone gear surrounded by iron, that's wood gear surrounded by stone, and yeah, you know where we're going with that. So that is the assembly table. So I'm going to take that, and hopefully Danny will put the next recipe in while we wait. So here you can see there's a chest. Next to the chest, I'm going to put the assembly table. Now we'll explain that in a moment, but the chest is its output effectively. Now up here we've got some energy conduits, and what you can see here is Danny constructing something, hopefully. Yep, the laser. So if I just take those, basically,
Oh dear.
yeah, we're going to have to buildcraft wrench them, aren't we?
That's new. Really?
Will it not let you do it?
Nope.
Mm.
Okay, that's weird.
That is really strange. Shall we see if it lets it work?
We need to alter the conduits, but
No,
we
we don't.
can't. Do the... No, we don't. Never mind. Okay.
I'm going to say that's pushing power into them. Right, so as you can see here,
What the hell?
okay, that's weird but working.
Alright, no, disconnecting doesn't help.
So just by putting redstone in, we're making redstone chipsets.
Yes. It was just the quickest thing I could think of.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So the blue laser is the strongest, and obviously the more lasers you put on it, the more it'll do.
Yeah, the faster it'll, because the more power it can take in, etc.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's any sort of limit on it, but if there is, we've never hit it. But yeah, and obviously, as you can see, it's dumped it in the chest. Now, we're going to need to use this to build some various different chipsets, but that will be covered in the next episode, because in the next episode, we're going to work on making everything around here a fairly large amount easier. I'm assuming you're just going to try and place it.
I don't know, that's weird.
We'll try and solve this problem between this episode and next, but they function, although they do look very stupid. To be honest, what I'm going to suggest is that if that doesn't work, we should whap them on the ceiling, just so it doesn't look quite so stupid. But yeah, we'll worry about that and try and get that working between this episode and next. So just before we go, one thing that I would like to now put out is that we have located some software which we can use to do live streaming. And also, I'm getting fibre optic, which means we can live stream without any difficulty. So, just going to put it out there right here and now, and I'll post reminders on Twitter, Facebook, all the forums, all over the place, much publicity as we can. Tell your friends about it, tell everyone you know about it. 9 PM while midnight on Christmas Eve, we are going to do a live streaming event. Now, what precisely we're doing, we're still ironing out the details, so I'll update you on that as it happens. But we're trying to get as many people from our server as possible, and friends and various others that we know. And we're going to get as many people as we can in for some sort of Christmas related challenge, 9 while 12 on Christmas Eve. So I shall provide links and all that closer to the event, but tell people about it, and anyone you think would be interested, just give them a heads up about it, because it should be quite good. We're aiming for a nice 3-hour stream of hopefully some very good quality Minecrafting. So with that in mind, comment, rate, subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode, guys.
See you later.